I know we're a little late on this, but I finally saw it. The Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Indiana Jones, South Park rape thing.
Wow.
I guess these guys...
Getting away with murder.
Well, they're getting away with murder, and I guess they officially don't care.
Yeah.
Officially don't care.
They must have so much FU money that it's just at the point where they're going to go. I think they're trying to get thrown off, but just can't do it. I don't know up on trying to get them in trouble, and just said, all right, well, it's just a cartoon, it's just South Park.
Well, they've gotten to the point where people could say, it's South Park.
Yeah.
But they're doing horrific things, and we think they should be able to do horrific things.
I was laughing my ass off.
And they were trying to rally the troops with this whole Indiana Jones rape episode, and it kind of started like there were some rumbles last week, and then it kind of or what? When was the episode?
It ran. I believe it ran on Yom Kippur.
Last Wednesday?
Yeah, last Wednesday there was a big stink about that.
Yeah, so there was.
What's the big deal?
Well, they were upset that these two Jewish icons were raping their character Indiana Jones.
Well, religion had nothing to do with it.
But it was on a holy day.
No, who cares?
Who cares about that?
That's the part of him they were concentrating on.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to bring the religion into everything, so what? Every day, if you look, I bet every day is some kind of holy day in some stupid religion.
All right, let's find out what today's holy day is.
What's today's holy day? Is it the Catholics, Christian, Jews, the Muslims, Buddhists? What is today's holy day?
Yeah, we'll find out. Start Googling.
Because parking is suspended.
It is suspended today. That means something's going on.
So it's the god of parking? Are we paying tribute to the god of the parking meter or something?
Yeah.
The alternate side of the street god?
What is this? Oh, yeah, an episode. There were some rumblings late last week.
Rumble.
It's died down already. An episode of controversial cartoon series South Park has sparked outrage after depicting Hollywood director Steven Spielberg in a rape scene with Harrison Ford. The show made its season 12 debut on the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur on Thursday. In the opening episode entitled "The China Problem," the show's characters have flashbacks of Indiana Jones star Harrison Ford getting raped by Jewish director Spielberg and his fellow filmmaker George Lucas. That's just a coincidence, by the way.
Yeah, what is it? It didn't have anything to do with the storyline. It wasn't like, we're Jewish, we're going to rape.
Yeah, they don't think that far.
I love how they don't try to imitate anybody either. It's just, well, we're going to rape you.
Yeah.
They always use that voice, but that voice kills me.
Can we get some clips from this show? Anti-Defamation League spokesperson Mirna Shinbaum tells the New York Daily News South Park has been offensive and has had very anti-Jewish pieces in the past. We understand that the show's trying to satirize, but it may get lost on those who are haters. According to reports, bosses at Paramount Pictures have scheduled a meeting with executives at its parent company, which produces the blah, 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 blah. Comedy Central Senior Vice President Steve Albani says, we don't comment episode by episode on South Park or whether they cross the line, but South Park has a history, and people know what they are getting into when they watch it.
Yeah. And it's like, anti-Semitic on that show? Yeah. But anti-everything.
Oh, of course. The Chinese stuff was probably worse for some people.
Yeah. Like, they didn't even bring that up. That was like, I'm sure these Asian groups would love to be up in arms about that one.
Yeah.
And then I've seen him on Muslims, Scientology.
Well, Cartman goes into the Chinese restaurant because he realizes that the Chinese are coming, and he figures he's got to take on the Chinese, so he goes to the local Chinese restaurant, and he's got one of those rice patty, stereotypical,
the pointy hat
on.
Yeah.
And then Butters has the tiny little, I don't even know how to explain it, like kind of like the type of hat you would wear if you had like a Fu Manchu.
It looked like just a red soup can on his head.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they put these giant front teeth in.
Yeah.
And then they made their eyes, they put makeup on their eyes.
Yeah.
And then they were just speaking in that stereotypical Chinese speak
that
every kid has done in every schoolyard forever and ever that we for some reason can't do here.
We have the worst lawyers in entertainment. Just describing this episode of South Park could get us fired. That's how they work down there in Washington, these dopes.
Apparently, they think that their idea of handling a case is grabbing their ankles and going, "Okay, do what you will."
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Suck.
Yeah, you know what happened to Harrison Ford? That's what our lawyers do to take care of the special interest groups. Okay, I'll bend over and take it. Oh, that's good.
Oh, whatever you want from me.
Yeah. Because if we did any of that stuff in that South Park episode of the Asian stuff, we'd be fired. We'd be fired.
Yeah.
And I think, aren't we one big happy family?
Words hurt.
Yeah.
Does CBS still own Comedy Central?
Well, Viacom.
Viacom, whatever, sort of.
And we've
Kinda
spun
distant
off.
cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spun.
We're a spin-off episode.
Yeah.
We're a spin-off show from Viacom now.
Unbelievable, but
Viacom.
the episode is hilarious. They're doing all the famous rape scenes. I don't know the first one. The second one was
The first one was the one with Jodie Foster on the pinball.
No. There was one before that.
Well, there was?
It
Yeah.
was Looking for
Turn into that
Mr. Goodbar was the pinball
okay.
machine.
Was it?
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
accused.
That was
No,
the accused?
That was the accused.
Before that, Looking for Mr. Goodbar. Go back
Before
and
the
watch.
pinball, you're saying?
Yeah, no, the pinball episode is almost a perfect, I believe, perfect copy
Oh
of the
my
Looking
God.
for Mr. Goodbar with Diane
Don't
Keaton.
Google.
19.
I'm telling you, man.
79.
No, I think it's the accused.
I remember
man.
looking for Mr. Goodbar, and that was...
She took it on the pinball machine.
I'm going to go with the
I
accused.
know the accused.
Wasn't he accused of a pool table?
No, it was pinball machine.
But this pinball machine predates
he's-
that one.
He's spiraling out of control
No,
live on the air.
I'm sticking to my guns
sticking
here.
to it? Okay.
This pinball
Oh, boy.
machine predates your pinball.
No, there were-
Danny, prove him wrong, please.
There were three famous rape scenes they reenacted. Definitely Deliverance.
Deliverance was, for sure.
I say the accused was the second
what
one,
I
and the
think.
first one looked familiar, but I can't think of the movie.
Was it outdoors or in?
Outdoors.
I Spit on Your Grave. That was a good one. That was a brutal rape scene.
You guys see that one.
Let's say hi to Tony in Cleveland as we get that up there. Tony, what's going on?
Hey, boys, what's happening?
Hey.
You know what? Today's holy shit. Cleveland won a game.
No, brother. Yeah, and holy crap, your line didn't make it on the air.
Tony, you chose to talk to about a third of the audience today. So
My ears are not garbage cans.
yeah, no, the Browns beat the Giants. Yes. Hate Big Blue.
Big Cleveland Browns fan, are you?
Well, no, I'm not a Big Blue fan.
No.
No, and the Browns did kick the Giants' ass last night in Monday Night Football, 35-14. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm a fan of?
Huh.
That goddamn treat Stupid brought in. I've had two of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll get to that in a second. That's a little tease. We'll get into the treats in a minute. Yes, Travis.
I have your rape answer.
Huh?
I have your rape scene answer.
Oh, good.
All right.
The accused,
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange,
Oh.
Deliverance.
That's why.
But how do you know
But I've never seen Clockwork Orange.
How do we know it's the accused and not Looking for Mr. Goodbar?
Because you're the only one that thinks it's Mr.
See
Goodbar.
that
Has
one.
anyone seen Looking for Mr. Goodbar?
You know, the
Clockwork.
Yes.
the stock market
seen
went
that.
through the roof yesterday, except for one person's stock. Stuntbrain stock has gone down, my friend.
Oh, boy. I don't recall a rape scene in there except like at the end when she gets killed by, what's his name?
There is a scene atop a pinball machine.
Yeah, but this one in South Park was so obviously the accused because I think they even in the accused doesn't like
Berenger. Very good, Logan.
a glass of beer fall on the floor and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as she's getting
Yeah, and people are
pounded.
egging her on,
Yeah.
egging them on. I think in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, isn't it consensual? Like, I think everything she does is consensual because she's a whore. She's
Everything
like a teacher
until
in the
the end?
daytime. Well, at the end, when Tom Berenger stabs her to death.
Yeah.
I
Oh, wow,
don't think
that's
that's
right. That
I don't
was
think that's
great.
the truth.
She banged Sergeant Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes.
Scott from Hot Pog writes.
Jewish.
Scott from Hot Pog writes, after watching that horrible fourth Indiana Jones, I feel like my wallet got raped. Well, I think that's what they were going for in South Park, right? That they were just raping the
Franchise.
the franchise. Because near the end of the episode, they have is George Lucas raping a stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper in his house.
Let's say hi to Jose in Washington Heights.
Squeal like a pig, boy. Dude, Deliverance, totally. That episode was on point, man. what the hell was the refrigerator scene? What was that? It really made no sense. And then aliens at the end?
Yeah. Well,
Garbage,
they try to get something going with this episode, but, it's already calmed down, all the outrage.
What about the shooting a guy in the dick?
Yeah, that was pretty funny, too, but...
You just don't shoot a guy in the dick, man. You don't.
Well, now we're just all talking in code here, aren't we?
They're so good at it.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. That's two dumps in the first 10 minutes of the show.
You sound like we're underwater.
Yeah, Dave in Boston. How are you, Dave?
I'm outstanding. How you guys doing?
Well, what's up with your Red Sox, man?
They're dying. They're dying.
They lost 9-1, my friend.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm more of a hockey fan.
Go Islanders.
And Joe Torre's Dodgers having a rough night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Montreal Canadiens, there's my boys.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I grew up in Canada, so.
Okay. Well, you can get to Montreal pretty fast from Boston as well, so. What do you got, Dave?
Love it. Well, I'm telling you, that's The Accused. I've already read it online. That one scene was definitely The Accused. They also mentioned Deliverance. They didn't compare that first scene to anything. I think that was basically just kind of an introduction to the idea that Indiana Jones was getting raped.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
I want to see the
Thanks,
Clockwork one. Does he put a ball in the guy's mouth and tape it?
Nothing like that. So maybe it is just a setup rape scene. The Holiday Inn. Here you go. Here's your answer. Craig, what's going on?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Today is Sukkot. It's a Jewish holiday, Sukkot, Sukkot.
And what is where's David?
David!
Where's David?
I'm not sure.
Hold on.
I think
Today and tomorrow.
we should find out
Well, give me
what this holiday is through our own Jewish intern,
Wait for your music, you
David.
dope.
David.
Where's his music? Do we have his music?
Of course. Just look under Jewish song.
So,
All
right, come on in, David.
David? There's my David. David's got a fresh haircut. You look very good.
It's good. What'd you model after this boy's life? I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Where'd you go? The lemon tree?
Take your time.
Good
morning.
If I was a rich man, figured I'd sing a little song.
What's up?
So anyway, do you know anything about this holiday?
I know some.
What's it called?
Sukkot.
Sukkot.
Yes.
I like that. It's got Sue in it, so you know it's a
yes.
Jewish. Bernstein versus Coat. Sukkot. Okay.
Yes.
And what is this holiday? What does it represent? I know there's a lot of tradition, very old world stuff with Jewish holidays. What is this one, David?
Well, it's just it literally means Feast of the Tabernacles in English. That's what it is.
What's it mean?
It's called for some. It's called Feast of the Tabernacles. Is what it is in the English. Yeah, whatever that means. That's what it is.
Tabernacles.
Feast of the what?
Feast of the Tabernacles. Yeah.
That's where you draw that out. Tabernacle.
Tabernacles. That's how he says it. Feast
That's
of the
correct,
Tabernacle.
It is a harvest event. Some of it is promoting like
What's the feast of what?
the Tabernacles.
Tabernacle.
And some of it is like has to do with like a feast of like harvest, like you represent like the different like when the Jews went out and like harvested all their fruits and stuff. And there's a certain little like tree type thing that you do and you take to the temple and you move around, you shake around it's called a lulav, and you shake it around. And there's
shake the lulav.
Yes, and then there's also an etrog. It's like a lemon.
Etrog.
It's like a lemon type thing that you hold next to it when you're shaking the lulav.
You hold a lulav and a lemon thing?
It's called an etrog. It's like a lemon. It's sort of like a lemon, but it's much, much, much sour, and you don't want to. Yeah.
Of course. Why would it taste good?
Yeah.
Bitter.
Correct.
You and your bitter herbs.
What do you do with the lemon thing?
Yeah.
You just hold it when you're shaking the lulav.
Why do you shake the lulav?
I don't really know like, all the rules. There's like different rules, and there's ways that you shake it. Like you have to go like to one corner of your behind you, in front of you, and to the right, to the left. There's always different rules how you shake it.
So
And there's more about Sukkot. Like you have to like remember how when the Jews were like wandering around in the desert, and they didn't have anywhere to live, and they had to like make tents. So you have to live like out for it's a week, and you have to live for a whole week in a tent.
You're
Stop
screaming,
it.
David.
I'm serious. You have to live in a tent for a week.
You have to live in a tent for what kind of religion is this, David?
Well, it's not a tent. It's like Sukkot. So it's called a sukkah. You have to live in a sukkah, and you and it has like walls, and you decorate it with like trees. And
Because it's suckers.
yes, but it's not a tent. It's not like a tent, like a real tent shape. It's like a square thing you live in. On the top of it, you decorate it with like leaves and tree branches on the top of the tent.
Really roughing it.
Yeah.
What is it? A special tent? Like, do you buy this thing just?
Yeah, you can
for
buy
this?
it at like Jewish
Jewish stores.
At a Jewish store, you can buy it. They have pre-made ones that you can buy, so you don't have to worry about assembling it on your own.
And then you go into your backyard,
Well,
or
you
is
have to
this
like
done in your
attach it to
living
like
room?
you have to attach it to like the side of your house, and you're supposed to live in there. You're supposed to sleep in there for the whole entire week and eat your
But
meals
what if
in the
it's
tent.
cold?
You have to you wear a blanket. You have to put a bed in there, like really ultra orthodox
And
Jews.
how do you do it in Manhattan?
It's tough, man. It's tough for this.
You have a tent
You have to
outside
do
your
it on
building?
like your fire escape, like
I've
some
seen some homeless people that celebrate that every day with a blue tarp.
some like super duper Orthodox Jews like sleep in the sukkah for the whole entire week. They sleep there and they eat all their meals there. They don't leave it. They like live in that for the whole
They
week.
go to the bathroom in it, too?
Yeah, what about that?
So you guys are like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
you guys are going against your religion, man, because we don't see a lot of tents.
Yeah.
They're around. It's kind of hard to do make a tent, do the tent on,
Yeah,
on
but
an
you
apartment
know-
building.
Yeah.
But
Some Jews like put the tent on their fire escape.
But just because it's hard, you still got to do it, or whatever happens to you guys when you die is not going to happen.
Religion ain't easy.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just decide that this is one we're not going to do anymore. God doesn't look at that stuff or whatever you pray to, the Jehovah's or whatever you
No,
said
he's not
last
like,
week.
he lives
Yeah.
in the city, I'll cut him some slack.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You better get your tents and get to the parks.
Get your tent.
Yeah.
A tent.
The
And
hell,
this
man.
and this represents being lost, or just wandering the desert.
It
And
has something to do with like remembering how like a lot of the Jews like lived out in the fields, and when they did the harvest and they wandered around, they
they
didn't have
fight
anywhere
for
to
their
go.
meals.
Yeah, so they lived
Right
in
back
so when they were living outside, they
living.
lived in like a tent type thing. So they have to remember that. So you eat your meals there, you live in it, you sleep in it.
Your religion's has a lot of "I'm not worthy"
It's
stuff.
a lot
Yeah.
of just
I'm
let
not
me
worthy.
suffer and feel bad and just
Right.
oh wow. Have some fun. Lighten up, Jewish people. Do you have a fun holiday? I know I said like that, and you said Hanukkah, but I'm
Hanukkah is
like,
pretty much like the
That's
only
it.
fun holiday. There's Passover. It's not fun at all because on Passover you can't eat any bread or grain.
no, you eat unleavened bread.
You eat matzah. Yeah, that's not
and,
fun.
And bitter herbs.
Correct. Bitter herb.
What, because,
wrong with you guys?
Because it's got to remind you of the bitterness, the
bitterness and the tears that were
and
streaming
the
down.
tears.
The tears, yeah.
Oh my God! As this bad spirit passed over your door because you put the lamb's blood on it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and that was to keep the boogeyman away, so he wouldn't take your firstborn.
Right.
Firstborn,
Well,
male, I think, right? Was it the
Yeah.
guy? Yeah.
we got a tent city happening here in the city. Andy in Queens, what do you got?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Shalom, David.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, when you drive down Bedford Avenue through Williamsburg there, the Orthodox area, they have those tents built out of tarps and 2x4s on every back patio of the apartments, the high-rises and everything, the projects. They just have the tents built right on the patios outside out of blue tarp and 2x4s.
Well, how about that?
Wow.
Who knew?
We learned something new today.
We always do.
And we'll forget it by tomorrow.
With David.
Yeah.
I'll remind you tomorrow that the
No, that's
holiday's
all
the whole week.
It's the whole week,
Yes.
and you can
The whole week, Anthony.
and you can go. You could go to work and everything. You just gotta.
Yeah, you can go to work. Yeah.
And it's no sundown thing where you gotta be home by sundown kind of a thing.
No.
No, this time you just have to live in a tent.
You live in
Last
a
week
tent.
was sundown stuff. This week is live in a tent.
Live in a tent and shaking a lulav and etrog when you're in the temple.
Is there ever not a Jewish holiday?
There's always a Jewish holiday.
It seems like there's always something for the Jews to have to do.
There's one day like later on when was the destruction of the Holy Temple and you have to fast for the whole day just to commemorate the destruction of the Holy Temple one
Right.
day. That's a fast. They make up rules of when you have to fast and stuff.
You know, instead of all this fasting, you guys could have built another temple.
Yeah. Why just sit there and go, oh, the destruction of the temple, let's not eat.
Pick up
How
a
about
hammer.
You eat a big meal, you get some energy, and start swinging a hammer.
That's good. That's a good
Why
point.
not?
Yeah. Jeez. We can solve your problems. that this religion has.
Wow, David.
All right, David, it's a short one today. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
It's called Sukkot.
Sukkot, correct.
Sukkot.
Sukkot or Feast of the Tabernacles.
Someone is saying Ocean
Tabernacle.
Parkway has a ton of tents today. That's a highway.
No, the Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn.
Oh, all right, Joe. What do you got? Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe in Brooklyn. Yeah, go, Joe.
Yeah, they're all over in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys gotta-
I used to
these
live
Jews,
around
they
there.
run the whole country, Anthony. What are we going to do?
We. Like he's in the, hey, what are we going to do? Like, I have the plan.
All right, so if you see tents out there, that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. Now you know. You know something? I think this is good.
You think?
It educates everybody to other people's religions, and you're not sitting there going, what the hell is that? Like, I would be driving through Brooklyn or something and look and go, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Is everyone renovating their patio or something? Or, well, but now you look and go, okay, it's Sukkot.
All right.
And those are sukkahs.
Let's see how
Correct.
many.
You got to shake the thing in the lemon.
Let's see how many days we go in a row with another religious holiday.
Yeah.
Today is Sukkot.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow.
That's the whole week.
Well, the whole week. So
The
then
week
we got to
of
start
Sukkot.
worrying about next week what
Yeah.
religious holiday it is.
David, is that all it's called, is Sukkot?
Yes.
What's another name for it?
Oh, Feast of the Tabernacles.
Knuckles.
Tabernacles. On
Feast
the
of the-
special endeavor.
Feast of the Tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
I don't know what a tabernacle is, but that's what it's called.
It's a course or something. All right, we do have to take a break.
I want to hang out with David.
Thank you, David.
I think
Oh,
David,
is
you're
that
welcome.
one right there?
That'd be
Is that a
fun
picture
guy.
of a... Boy,
That's
it looks like the wind comes right in that thing.
That's one of your tents?
That's it.
Even when you make a tent, you got to suffer.
If it rains, you get wet.
Yeah.
It's
How
like
about a roof on
it's
your
supposed to be like
tent?
a happy thing, the tent, and you decorate it with all these like decorations, and like you put like pieces of fruit all around it, and you decorate it, make it look
It
nice.
brings bugs and
How about
flies.
waterproof?
It certainly
and,
does.
and the homeless. What's wrong with you guys?
And you put like leaves and branches on the top of it.
Yeah.
Ew, huh?
Why don't you just put a tarp on the top so it's dry?
So you don't get wet.
And how many of you guys are sneaking inside at night because you can't deal
Yeah.
with the tent?
Oy vey, I need something out of the fridge.
No, but as is the Jewish religion, there's all these rules. So there's rules of like how much space you're supposed to have on the top of the tent. There's only supposed to be enough space so you can so at night you can see like the stars above you. If you can see like too much from the top, then there's too much space. You have to only have a certain amount of space on the top.
And then what
Wow.
happens? What happens when you die if there was too much of that going
Your
on?
sukkah was too big, idiot.
Yeah. Now you
Yeah, there's certain rules. Like
now you
there's
got
dimensions
problems.
of how much the sukkah is. There's dimensions.
Yeah,
How-
40 cubits.
Yeah, cubits, something like that. Yeah.
You know, if I was you, I would just like blow all this off and have a hell of a life because you're not going to be
Yeah.
perfect with this religion. And when you go and see whoever after you die, they're gonna show you all the crap you did wrong.
I never knew like God had a building code.
Right,
Because he sent
right.
an inspector out and,
He does.
your sukkah's too big. We're going to fine you.
It does. There's rules.
There is
Yeah.
rules. Yeah, that's just a little trellis sukkah there. All right. Well, you know something, David? Always an education with you. I'm glad we got a Jewish intern on board to help us out with
There's
this.
so many rules. Like if you shake the lulav and you put it over the left hand first instead of the right hand first, you're in trouble.
Wow, no.
I don't even know how you'd fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just burn. All right, David, we have to take a break.
Yep.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Scram.
Yeah.
Opie and
Hit
Anthony.
the bricks.
We got the South Park raping Indiana Jones thing that we were talking about earlier this morning.
Yeah.
This thing is fucking... I was creeped out watching it. Have you seen the whole episode yet, Ant?
No.
Check that out. South Park raping Indiana Jones. A little South Park audio for you. The raping of Indiana Jones. This is the dramatic rape flashback.
Oh, God! Somebody do something! Why are they doing this? They're just taking Indiana Jones and they're raping him! I can't watch! Let's get out of here, Kyle! Why would Spielberg and Lucas do this? Come on, let's go! Why are they doing this? Just run! Oh, God, what have they done? Why aliens? Aliens don't belong in an Indiana Jones movie! Come on, dude, there's nothing we can do! Why? We can't help him now! I thought it was pretty good! Let's just go! Let's just go!
Stupid butters.
I thought it was pretty good.
Is this like a metaphor, you think?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah. Then the first rape scene from Boys Don't Cry.
Oh, is that what it
Well, I mean, that's what they're kind of referring to here.
Look out, Indy! It's Steven Spielberg and George Lucas!
Well, hello there, Indiana. You're looking good.
No, what are you gonna do to him?
Oh, yeah. No.
Andy!
Yeah, get his pants down. Get his pants down. Hold him, Lucas. Come on. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
No, stop! Ray!
Dude, I honestly think they're talking about the fact that they did a last movie and they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, no. I think that, like, it's really just rape.
Oh.
Yeah, they're just raping them for fun.
Here's the rape scene from The Accused.
Well, well, Indiana Jones. You're looking nice. Hey. Hey. There you go, Lucas. Stick him. He's gonna do it right there. All right, Georgie. Grab his hand. Hey, leave him alone. Come on, big guy. No.
The creepiest part of that, it's obviously a really good visual. George Lucas's face turns beet red as he's coming.
He goes, ugh, and just comes in his ass.
It's so wrong. And then finally, the rape scene from Deliverance.
Well, Indiana Jones. What you doing in our neck of the woods? Now, let's you just drop them pants. Drop? Just take them right off. Now, what do you guys want?
Don't say anything, just do it. Pull off that little old bitty shirt there, too.
Them panties.
Panties.
There, boy. I bet you can squeal. I bet you can squeal like a pig. Go on, squeal. Squeal now. Squeal. Whee! Squeal. Whee! Squeal louder. Whee! Louder, louder. Whee! Louder. Get down there, boy. Get them britches down. Yes, sir. Come on, squeal. Whee! Whee!
It's okay. You don't have to feel alone anymore.
And we can't say fag on the radio. No. On the other side, anyway.
No. No.
Pretty unbelievable. There you go. SouthParkStudios.com. Thank you, Fast Freddy, Jamaica Station. That's where you can see the episode if you haven't seen it yet. Hopefully.
I saw Deliverance recently, too.
That movie's just...
Like, it's just kind of a strange movie. But, God, that scene. And you know you're just watching it to see the scene.
Oh, of course.
It's like, come on, here it is. All right. Big fat Ned Beatty just getting fucked in the ass by some toothless hillbilly.
Didn't he have to suck his dick, the other guy's dick, too? He had a pretty mouth.
I don't think he did, though. I think he just got it in the ass.
You sure got a pretty mouth, boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you remember from the rest of the movie?
It's
one of those movies. That's all you really remember.
The whole beginning of it is guys hanging out canoeing.
Yeah.
And then they kind of, get accosted.
Yeah.
And Ned Beatty gets a dick in his fat ass.
And then
the rest of it is kind of hunting the guy down, and they kill a couple of people and try to hide him, and kind of ruins their lives, kind of a thing. Burt Reynolds breaks his leg.
Then they go back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. One guy wants to, hide the dead guy. Another guy doesn't.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Isn't John Voight in that movie?
It's John Voight?
A young John Voight?
And the father from Apple's Way.
How do you know that?
I don't know why I know that.
Everybody.
Apple's Way.